son just celebrated his second birthday, and I am so excited. Now that he's 2, the real work begins. My name is Melissa, and this is the Couch Mom Club. So yesterday my son celebrated his second birthday and he had so much fun. I was so happy to see him run and play and jump and do all of the things that kids do. He was so excited and I was so thrilled to see him in his element, just doing his thing. Before I get into everything, I want you to join the club. Hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that you're notified when I post new videos. So yesterday, it was probably the most fun we've had all summer to date. We've been on quarantine, doing that stay-at-home thing. No social gatherings, no going to the zoo, no going to the library, none of that. But it was his birthday. We wanted to do something just to make sure that we celebrated him and make sure that he knew how much he was loved. You know, just to make him feel special. It was a little bit bigger than we planned for, but it was so much fun. He enjoyed it and we did too. I was actually a little nervous because he had a lot of sugar. And I thought if he was going to be eating all that sugar, he's definitely going to wake up in the middle of the night. But he didn't, thank God. He slept, everything was well, and this morning he woke up still saying, "Happy birthday, mommy." I've always loved birthdays, especially my own birthday. It causes me to be very reflective. I kind of... Just a second, Noel. It won't be long. I kind of use my birthday as a check-in point to check in to see if I'm on track to what it is that I want to be doing with my life. And I treat my kids' birthdays pretty similar. Obviously, one is not 1 yet and the other one just turned 2. So there's not a whole lot going on in terms of what they should be doing. I just want to make sure that they're happy and healthy at this point, at this stage. But going forward, I'm going to start paying a lot more attention, especially to my son, because now is the time where he's like really showing his personality. He is engaging more. He's having conversations with you, and I'm starting to see who he is. And I think that now he's at a great stage where I can really pay attention and see who he is designed to be and what his future holds. Who's that? Rubble? Who's this? Who's this? Sky. Who's this? Who's this?
You know them all.
Who's this? Yeah, that's all of them. Now, my mom was an amazing mom. As you've seen before, I've talked about her on a number of occasions, and she did the very best that she could to raise the 3 of us, and I think that she did an excellent job. But she followed this parenting style that kind of taught us to follow your dreams, follow your heart, the sky is the limit. And meanwhile, that was excellent, because what happened was I grew up not really thinking that I had many limitations. If I thought that I wanted to accomplish something, if I believed that I could do it, I did it, and chances were that I was successful at it. I am what you probably consider a jack of all trades. The only trouble is the other end of that, where they say master of none. It's not to say that I didn't master anything in my life. It just took me a lot longer to figure out what I wanted to be doing and to actually gain the courage to do it. It was really a lot of time that I spent looking for what I should be doing, where I felt that the Lord was leading me, what my purpose is, and what I was called to do on the earth. And that took a lot longer than I wanted to take for my kids. And even as I'm recording this video, I'm still journeying to becoming exactly what it is that I am intended to be and to do what I am purposed to do. Now, this is not an opportunity for you guys to put in the comments that I'm somehow raising my kids in a particular way that is restrictive, or I'm too strict, or I'm not letting them dream and all of that stuff. It's not about that. I definitely want them to dream. I want them to explore. I want them to learn about themselves, to, yeah, you and Tao, the both of you. And I want them to be the best. I mean, I want them to live fulfilled lives and to be successful. But I believe that even in the dreaming and the exploration and the adventure, that they are born for a purpose. They have something here on earth to do. And I believe that it is my job, as well as my husband's job, to figure out what it is that purpose is before they do. Now, I don't mean that I'm gonna become this dictator and decide for them what kind of lives they should be living. Don't get me wrong, I do not want them to grow up hating their lives or resenting me as a mom. But the Bible says to train your child in a way that when they grow old, they will not depart. So that idea of training your kids is essentially what I'm talking about. And for me, it would be extremely difficult for me to train my children towards something if I don't know what that thing is. So right now, as my son just turned 2 years old, I feel that this is a perfect time to start paying attention more. So what my husband and I are doing now is we are applying a lot of prayer to find out what that is. We are also paying attention to see what he loves, what he does naturally, what he leans towards. And we're starting to see a lot of his personality come out now. And I believe that this is a perfect time to start really honing in on what his skills are. What makes him tick? What does he respond to? How does he learn? Those things are very important, and they will help us to have a easier journey when it comes to parenting him and rearing him for his future. So right now, I believe that we're at the stage where we're praying and we're protecting. They're very young, so that is like the bulk of our job right now. The hard work to pray and protect, to pray and protect. Now that includes feeding them, making sure that they're healthy, making sure that they have everything they need, and putting clothes on their back, giving them a good roof and a happy home to grow in, all of that stuff. But now that he is 2, we're going to be starting to pay a lot more attention to what his purposes, so that we are training him in the way that he should go. For me, that is not a Jackson 5, Joe Jackson kind of interaction where we're going to be forcing him into a particular mold, but it is for us to get to know who he is and to direct him in the right way so that he can have a lot more ease when he becomes an adult. It is so frustrating to just be able to do so much, to have so much talent, to be so blessed and just not know what to do with those things. It is likely because somebody didn't take the time to be more intentional with training you. I want to save my kids some time. I want to make sure they don't have the hard time that I did. I believe that this kind of parenting is going to help to make their lives a lot easier. It's going to take a lot of stress off of us as well as parents. And it is just going to be a way for them to be more pointed in the world so that they can actually fulfill their purpose and do it a lot sooner than maybe some of us have. So as I said, right now I'm at the stage where I have a toddler and a newborn. As parents, we're totally new to this. We're just getting started. And although it's been so much fun and although it's been hard work, I believe that the days ahead, the months ahead, the years ahead is what is really gonna challenge and stretch us as parents. You pay attention to your kids as soon as you have them. Even before that, in your belly, you pay attention to every move, every kick, every hiccup. You're really on top of things even at the stage when they're in your belly. When they're born, it's the same thing. You're always watching them. You might put your finger under their nose to find out if they're still breathing. If they stuck too long, you're like, hey, what's going on? You examine their poops. Like you're really paying attention to them as human beings. And right now, my son being 2, we're gonna start paying attention in a different way to see if we can train him up so that he can fulfill his purpose and do what he's supposed to be doing here on this earth. Now, I know that this can sound like a whole lot of work. It can seem really strict, but for me, this is Bible, and that is my way of doing it. Of course, I want to add elements of fun to this thing. So actually, our parenting style is going to be a combination of fun, focus, and fortitude. That sounds like a lot, but I think that's going to be great. The fun, the focus, and the fortitude. For our children that we have now, if we decide to have any more, the motto will be having a combination of fun, focus, and fortitude. Give that some thought. Listen, I want you to join the club. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you're notified when I post new videos. Also, leave a comment down below. I want to know your thoughts. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. I'm almost done, like literally.